Hello. Thanks ever so much to everyone that's subscribed. I'm genuinely fairly blown away by how many of you have signed up to the absolute nonsense that I upload on YouTube. Other platforms are available. Given that quite a lot of you appear to be new here, and I still can't quite work out why you've decided to come here, but quite a lot of you have come seemingly from recommendations from Kitch, which is very kind of him. I'll have to send him another big check. You won't have seen any of the old stuff from the old channel, even though increasingly you will, because all the videos I'm currently uploading are videos from the old channel. Although I have attempted to edit them down because I'd never watched them back before. And having done so to edit them before I uploaded them on this channel, I thought, my God, even by my standards, they're very long and very dull. So I've tried to make them shorter and a bit more concise. I'm not very good at editing, and I do everything on a very old, I think I've had that phone 5.5 years now. It's an old Huawei P30 Pro thing. That did have a battery that lasted a week, and now it lasts about a day if I'm lucky, but it is very old. So I use Huawei's own editing thing, Petal Clip, yeah. And you know, I do have a computer, but I don't do GoPros or editing or production values. I don't even have a stand to put the phone on. It exists, I just stick it somewhere and put a cup behind it, is largely how I point the phone. So this is not a high quality channel, nor will it ever be a high quality channel, but I am trying to make it a little bit more concise. Says me, who's now been waffling for 2 minutes. Anyway, so I thought what I would do, because I have not been here at all, pretty much. I think in the last month I've managed to be here about 5 hours. My parents are very elderly and very unwell, one more so than the other, but that's taking up, obviously, all of my time. They're somewhat more important than dicking about with cars, buses and other assorted nonsense. So, yeah, at some point, although I'm currently using Saturdays to upload Sheerline related videos and Wednesdays to just everything else, non-Sheerline related, eventually I'm going to run out of vids, and I've not recorded anything new. This is the first new thing I've recorded, apart from the introduction video that I did for this channel, since I started this. Well, not since I started this channel, since I've had this channel for, I don't know, 17 years or something. I just did nothing with it, but of recent times. So I thought, given that quite a lot of you are new, I would give you a quick look, whilst I'm here, at some of the junk that I own. Not all of the junk that I own, but some of the junk that I own. And I'm going to briefly introduce you to another car I've just bought. In fact, I've just bought 2 cars, one of which is sat there, the other one of which is at home, because it's too nice to be in a shed. It's very shiny and very nice, and I shall include a picture of it now. Yes, it's quite a lot easier to look after because it's a 1/43rd scale. Very expensive, my God, they're expensive, but they're quite rare. I can't remember how many of them were made. I think the one I've bought is number 5 or 15 of 100, I think. Don't know. There is a piece of paper with it, but I can't remember what it says. So be it. So yeah, that one, nice and shiny, easy to look after, something nice to look at. The other car I've just bought is, I will briefly show it to you, but there will be a video on that one, and I'll explain what I'm going to do with it and why. And some of you aren't going to like it. However, that's life. So yeah, thanks for watching and so far, and sticking with this nonsense. And I will briefly show you some of the junk that I own. So you'll all be aware of this one already. This is a 1953 Austin Sheerline, or what's left of it. It is full of junk. There are numerous reasons for this. But yeah, this is it is coming apart. It looks terrible because it is. But anyway, the body is pretty much ready to come off. It has been for some time. I have lots of bits to make a frame with, with which to lift it. That hopefully will be happening soon, but obviously you're already fairly aware of that car. This is my father's 1991 Citroen BX. This is a turbo diesel automatic. For anyone that knows anything about BXs, you'll know that Citroen never made a turbo diesel automatic for good reason. And that I mean, it's filthy at the moment. It's been sat in here for quite a long time. I do need to do a little bit of tinkering with the gearbox because reasons, mainly because it hasn't been used for so long. It doesn't do them any good. It has Le Mans 16B interior with the well tail. There will be coming up on Wednesdays in a couple of weeks a little video series that I have edited down a lot because that was quite long and very, very boring. Which started off with a little bit of corrosion, well, what looked like a little bit of corrosion in the roof just there, and it escalated. So there'll be a little video series on this one coming up soon. After that, ignore that, we're not talking about that one at the moment. There will be the video series on this one. This is my 1990 BX 16 valve phase 2. I bought this car when it was 10 years old for 300 quid. And it had a smack in that corner, a smack in the back near side corner, and the engine was cactus. I bought it for parts because I wanted to put a body kit and a leather interior in that one. This one is a 1989, started life as a 19 Riche diesel, so I think it was sort of one up or about base model. But it's now a turbo diesel. There's not really a lot original about that car, and it has been parked up here for 7-8 years now. Again, I'm going to do a video on that one. I did get this running a little while ago, which I videoed, so I'll upload that at some stage. That was also very dull, so I'll edit that one down to a less dull level. This has Le Mans interior, no, not Le Mans, Monza, the earlier Monza 16 valve interior. It is quite broken. It came off the road mostly because it was getting quite rusty, but equally because I had a slightly broken left ankle, I could not drive a manual car anymore. So I sort of packed this up and replaced it with a Mark 1 C5 Auto. But this car will live again. There are 3 more BXs over there. They won't run again. That is my 1971 British Leyland 350 FG with a Oldham Stringer body. That has now been off the road, to my shame, for I think 25 years. I do need to do something with that. I love that thing. That has a 4 litre straight 6 petrol and a Borg Warner 3-speed auto. It's great fun to drive. It doesn't really stop. Well, it doesn't stop at all at the moment because the brakes are knackered, which is actually why it came off the road. And because I had so many other projects on the go, it just sat there. I do need to do something with it. That thing is great fun. It drinks petrol like there is no tomorrow, but it is great fun. There is, under all that junk, another Citroen BX. That will probably never run again. Some of it will, but not all of it. Then there is the bus over here. So this is a 1993 Dennis Lance with the Plaxton Verdi body. It is one of the, well, it's the only remaining Badger Line Dennis Lance. This was always my favourite bus in work when I worked for the bus company. I've had this, I think, for 17 years, and I've done an awful lot to it, but it's been sat here now doing nothing because time. I just don't have any, and every time something else has ever come up, this thing just gets pushed to the back and forgotten about. Again, I need to do something with this, but you know, I've got a lot of parts to put on it and a lot of things I can do to it, but it's time. Which I just don't have, but a lot of money and effort has gone into this thing, despite how it looks. I think I've still got the video that I did on this and another one of these that I bought for parts, which was a Midland Red one, which is still here. That's outside, and that leaves this thing, which is a 2009 Citroen C5 X7. I have put a huge amount of time, effort and money into this car, and it still kicks me in the arse. It's one of those cars that just wanted to die, and it might be doing that quite soon because I can't be bothered with it anymore. There will be some videos on that. I think the third brake light one's already gone live. And then there's this. So this is a 1951 Austin Sheerline limousine, which is, it actually is the length of the Titanic with the same turning circle. There's quite a long story that goes with this car. I have sort of been rummaging around in it. There is a lot of it missing. Most of it's here, but a lot of limo specific parts and some other bits are missing. The bodywork has mostly been done. The guy that did it with a gasless MIG. Some of it's okay, some of it slightly less so. There will be a video on this, probably in the Sheerline series. So that'll be a little way off because there's a few of the old videos still left to go on the my Sheerline, even though that's also my Sheerline. But yeah, I am, for the sake of rapidity, going to be borrowing some parts off this car to make repairing that one quicker. Now that's not as easy as it sounds either, because this is a limousine and that is not a limousine, and there's quite a lot of differences, but it should warrant enough bits to get that going. I was just going to break this for parts, however it's quite nice and I quite like it, so I'm tempted to use what I need off of this one for now, and then tuck this away somewhere and continue what I was doing with that one anyway, and just keep collecting parts. And I have collected a lot, and then if I've got, or I can get enough to put this one back together, even though financially it's not worth it, these things are pretty much worthless, but these are very rare. I mean, that's rare. This apparently is incredibly rare, so it would be a shame to throw it in the bin. So yeah, I'm probably going to tuck this one away and have a go at it at some point. So yeah, that is kind of the fleet at the moment. That's subject to change because I keep buying crap. I probably ought to get rid of the bus because realistically, I don't think I'm ever going to do it. You know, every time something else turns up, it just gets forgotten about, and to be honest, I've sort of lost all interest in buses. I just don't care about them anymore. I would like to get that finished and play with it. It was a beast, but there's a lot of other things to do. I'm not getting any younger, and there's a lot less politics and nonsense with old cars than there is with the bus scene these days. It's not to say the car scene's perfect, but I'm quite lucky in many ways because I'm part of groups that are very helpful and full of really nice people. Don't know what that was. Again, not to say that there aren't very nice people in the bus world, but I can't find any excitement in. I mean, I've spent many thousands of pounds on that. You know, many times it's worth 10, 20 times what it's worth, even finished. But I don't know. There's a lot to do on it, and a lot of the stuff that I've already done, it's been sat here for so long, needs doing again. And there are other things to enjoy, and I really want to go and enjoy, you know, this thing, because this is a hellfire car, and it's proven quite popular even on this tiny little channel. I'm amazed. I think I've got 300-ish subscribers now, which I'm utterly astounded by. I mean, the old channel I think peaked at 915, and I don't know 915 people. You know, that seemed like a scary number of people. So, you know, 300, that seems okay, because I know slightly more than 300 people, even though I don't really know any of you, but I will be at Rustival this year, hopefully, all things being equal. So do feel free to come and say hello. Despite the fact I'm a miserable old git and I swear a lot, I don't bite, and I'm happy to say hello and speak to people. I don't know what I'll be in yet. I wanted to take this. I think realistically, with the time I simply don't have, it will be the green BX, probably. But that needs a little bit of tinkering. But anyway, I am waffling again. I am very good at waffling. Far better at waffling than actually getting anything achieved. Thank you. See you in the next one. There will be, I don't know when this is going out. I don't know. I don't even know what day it is. I think there will be one on the Sheerline Saturday. I'll probably just chuck this out in between, and then eventually I'll run out of videos, and there won't be 2 a week. There might be 1 a week, there might be 1 a month. I don't know yet. Depends how the time goes. But given that the weather's nice, I'd like to be here more, because I think once I've got the body off this, I can really crack into it, get it on the ramp, or get the chassis on the ramp, and then start making things nice and pretty and perfect underneath, whilst trying to not make the top side look pretty. Well, not that pretty, but prettier than it is. Anyway, right, yes, I'm going. Thanks very much for watching. See you in the next one.